Alright, hello everybody. I'm here playing some Dark Souls 3. I was going to do a full playthrough of this, but I kind of got, I don't know, distracted by life a while ago. So I'm back playing it now, except as, I'm using, was it Yuli? Zuli? One of those. Yuli the Witch's Jojo script. And what that is, you'll see in a minute. I'm just doing a very simple character to start with. I'm mostly going to be skipping through the cutscenes and everything. I've played the game a lot. This really isn't a good introduction to the game, so to speak. So, the first thing you're going to notice about this script is that you can't attach any weapons. You always have these. And these are essentially your Jojo gauntlets, essentially. I am going to change something here real fast. Take these off. And I decided to go with Deprived because one of the major things about this build is since you're not using any normal attacks, you're using only your stand, you don't need to have stats in your like dex and strength and things like that because you can't use a normal attack. So basically all of your stats are going to go into things like vigor or whatever the one that does health is. I forget. It's always a weird one. It's like vigor is not health. It's ability to carry things. It's very odd. Anyway, so you see at the top there where you normally have spells, Dead Man Walking. And as you can see, I can use my stand by doing attacks with my these fist weapons, which these are, I believe, the like unflame, like not inflamed version of the weapon you build from the demons, the flame demon soul. But I'll show you real fast. So if I do a normal punch, I'll just do a kind of... as another thing to point out, you only do 1 damage with your punches. But, so I have a normal attack here, which looks like that. Strong attack, which looks like that. My weapon art, which causes him to throw a firebomb. And my combined attack, which is that. Now, if you continue the combined attack, it'll cause the stand to stay out longer. This is true for all of them, but it's not really useful for a lot of them. In fact, it's very detrimental for a lot of them. For instance, when I do this, you can see he's continuing to attack a lot, but when I just do this, he attacks once and then just kind of stands there. It's not useful as an ability. And you can see he goes in the direction you're facing. Boop, boop. One of the interesting things about this mod is that it is simultaneously easier and harder in many ways. You have to be very particular in the way you fight with this, because you have such a long, I don't know what to say, like recovery time with every attack. So I have my attack here, and then I can't really do anything until he comes back. And of course, there's also the fact that punch and then the hit. Punch. See what I mean? Punch and then the hit. So it's kind of almost like fighting with a very large weapon in that you have to anticipate all of the attacks. Unlike a large weapon, though, the attacks are not directly connected to you. So, I don't know, it's an extra level of management of where you are, where the enemy is. And there is also the fact that your body can block the stand. I don't know if you can tell, but with this normal attack, the stand appears kind of behind me. Oof. That's not great. So the stand appears kind of behind me, and my own body will interfere with his ability to step forward and do his attack. It's more noticeable in some stands than others, and more noticeable for certain attacks than others. And as you saw there, one interesting thing is that, like I said, the longer you attack, the longer a stand will stay out ineffective. There are some I have noticed that fade out actually before their attack can even complete if you move. The firebomb is one of those where if I cast it and then move, you see he fades out before the firebomb can be thrown, meaning I have to cast it and then hold still until the firebomb actually is out. It's, like I said, an extra level of having to manage the enemy and your own movements. Nope, not in time. Oof, woof, 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 woof. Yeah, part of the problem with starting as deprived is that you start very, very, very weak. But part of the good thing there is that since you start very weak, you can level yourself up very much quicker than you would normally. And you can put it into all of what you want, which, as I said, is basically going to be just health. Now, I'll point out one thing interesting here, is that you can mess with, and excuse me, I'm clicking off and onto different windows here, you can mess with the colors of the stands. You can also apply them to yourself, if you want to. The standard stand color is a sort of rainbow thing. See, it fades through various colors. It's pretty neat. I had it set on what it calls red. Let's see. I thought it was going to be more Invader red, to be honest with you. Shine red? Let's see what shine red looks like. Ah, it's still doing rainbow. Let's click off that. How about now? Maybe it needs... Let's see here. Outline red. Edge red. Shine red. Let's go as red as possible. Ooh, now we're just getting super rainbow. And very odd, because I had it set to this before. Oh well, we'll leave it as it's It's a random version for the moment, I suppose. Until I can figure out exactly how to really mess with that. Oh, now we have it back on... Oh well, that's fine color for me. Now, one of the interesting things is that you unlock new stands as the game continues. You unlock them depending on where you are. And I assume that has to do with the fact that you're pulling a model from somewhere. That this script is essentially just pulling a enemy model from somewhere in the level. So you can't have stands that are not native to the level that they're on. Hence why I have Dead Man Walking here, a stand that is one of those hollows. Wow. Woof, woof, woof. I am weak in this, aren't I? Just noticing how big some of my audio waves here are. I'm going to sit back a little bit further. Maybe bring this down a little. Alright, so rather than continuing to do that over and over again, since I don't need any Titanite from him, since I won't be upgrading any weapons, because, as I said, the thing draws stands from the area, so they automatically get stronger as you get into new areas. Which is nice. You never have to worry about upgrading a weapon or anything. And you get some pretty weird ones from the trailer. I played a little bit into this to make sure it worked and didn't crash the game or anything. So I know that I know some of the stands that are ahead, but I don't know all of them, or even most of them. I just know that there are some pretty weird ones based on the trailer that Yuli put out for this. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it's Yuli or Zuli. It's based off a witch from Demon Souls, I believe. There's been witch characters in several of these games, so my memory gets a little fuzzy. One interesting thing about this is that because we have Dead Man Walking here, we have unlimited fire bombs, which is very good in this guy's second phase. As you can see, it does not an insignificant amount of damage. Ooh, much like his axe does to me. Well, poleaxe, halberd, glaive. I've never been terribly sure on the differences between all these things. I'm sure there are some. I'm sure I will be told them in the comments. So I'm mostly focusing on using the heavy attack and the running attacks, because the light attack, unfortunately, sometimes my own body gets in the way, or at least shifts my stand off to the side, making it less effective. Ooh, had to dodge that. Ah, come on. Throw. Dang it. Throw. As you can see, that does a lot of damage, but it's difficult to pull off because Udex Gundyr, like basically every Dark Souls boss, is easier if you stay near him. As soon as you start getting away from them, their attacks, they have very long-reaching attacks that are more difficult to dodge than if you just stick right in their face. Ah, There you saw my stand was holding me back. Alright, I'm gonna restart this one. Jesus. Yep, there it is again. I don't know if you saw that, but I tried to roll away and rolled in place because my own stand was getting in the way. There's a real sort of balance of striking and getting out of the way. The good thing is that your fists will stagger most enemies, which does let you get hits in on them. I don't know if you can tell there, but that is an example of the stand not showing up because it got caught up in the animation of the drop attack, and so my continued punches weren't summoning it. I'm getting a phone call. Give me a minute. Alright, sorry about that. I reset to back here. I just got a call from one of the other guys in my radiation therapy class because we did our boards today, and he was calling me to let me know he passed. Wow, I got a sacred chime off of a hollow. That's a rare drop. Sure, that'll come in handy. Hop down here. I'm just gonna make a run for the boss fog so I don't get murdered by these hollows. Starting out deprived is difficult. It's almost as though that's the quote-unquote hard class or something. Oof. One of the big things about Dark Souls 3 is that a lot of the enemies and a lot of the bosses have attacks that are specifically designed to punish panic rolling. You have to roll on reaction of their attack. Like that. You can't roll on wind up for 90% of it. Ooh, that's stagger state. You just pick up these souls. Yoink. Ah, 40 souls. Oh, damn. Okay, I think I've shown off that firebomb enough. Let's just work on killing him. Oops. He moved his big snaky head out of the way. Oop. And we're done. Oh, should show this too. Posing, as you would think, does summon your stand, and what it does is generally fairly standard. It tends to, from what I've seen, do the same as this. Although the readme for this script does say that certain stands have different capacities or different hidden things depending on the attacks that you do or different poses that you do. Not sure what they are. I guess we'll have to see. It is really amazing to me that this is all running via a cheat engine script. So I'm going to go in here. Now I'm really going to dump all my souls into getting more health.
Welcome to the Lord. Very well then.
And let's see. I guess Vigor is what it's called in this. Yep. What do I got here? You may notice that I have gotten a new stand. And you can cycle through them up here like you'd cycle through spells normally. Pet Cemetery, which is predictably a dog. Who his pose there with me is to bark. Same as this right here. Not sure if that does anything. So we got a kind of lunging bite. We got our... That's probably a big jump bite, but I blocked it. There we go. What's our double? Okay, that's odd. Let's try this. Nope. Just a single attack again. Okay. Let's go out and kill the master. At least try to. I didn't take the time to put my Estus flasks in order to give myself 4 instead of 3. But let's give this guy a shot regardless. If we die, we'll go do that. Let's see. I summon you. Doggo used bite. Doggo missed. Doggo missed again. This isn't great. Let's see. Alright. So that's effective. Let's try this. Okay. Problem there is I'm pushing him out of the way so that the Hollow's attacks can't reach him. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to punch him, and I'm going to keep punching, but I'm going to turn myself away so that hopefully... Ooh, let's not. I don't know if you can hear my cat. He's standing here at my feet, yelling at me, as he does. So I am going to pet him with my foot while fighting a man with a katana. Damn it. That is definitely not a good attack for him. Oof. I'd prefer it if you'd stop doing that. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, Pet Cemetery does crap damage, and that leaping attack isn't good for someone as small and nimble as him. So let's try the heavy attack of Dead Man Walking. That one's a little bit better. I wonder if he can parry us. And if he does parry us, if he will manage to get that counter in before. And I'm saying counter as opposed to riposte because there are a million different ways people say that's pronounced. Riposte, riposte, riposte. Alright, come on. Another thing here you may have noticed is I can't parry, which is actually a fairly significant handicap. I guess it's not to people who don't. But I'm used to parrying, I don't want to say a fair bit, but I'm used to parrying as a method of dealing with certain types of enemies. Essentially enemies like this, enemies that are powerful but predictable. There are a lot of enemies that are not really worth... Ooh. Got lucky there. He countered us, but didn't go for the riposte. Okay, that's odd. We managed to get 2. Okay, you, buddy. You might be... That's good. Alright. Here we go again. And as I mentioned before, this is slower. It's definitely slower than what would happen if you just stood around and R1'd these guys to death. DS3 has a problem of R1 spam. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna go over here. Where is it? A lot. Alright. Now I'll go spend my souls here.
Very then.
Essentially, I'm just gonna go straight vigor and maybe some endurance so I can run and attack more. But these things take up very little endurance, and you can keep going with them. And like I said, you're not really spamming them. Grab this. See if I can do this. What do I have? What do I have? Running attack. Or running jump. Okay. It's mapped to the stick. Nope. I'm doing this. This is a method of getting up here early without having to buy the key to that tower and then drop down from there. I'm doing this so I can get over here. And around here. Yeah, Snuggly. Actually, no, not Snuggly. This one's Pickle Pea. Pickle Pea, the only character that was different. The only character that has no physical form and has never been seen within the series and yet has a ton of pornography drawn of her. I guess having a female character say Pickle Pea and Pump Rum was probably asking for it. I don't know if asking for it is perhaps the best way to phrase that. So let's go over here. It was a shard, right? Yeah. I have memories of running through this game, so I know where I'm supposed to go, but sometimes I forget exactly what I'm getting there. It's like right there, I forgot, did I pick up a bone shard or an Estus flask shard?